Now it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass of your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Let's go, let's go!
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Complete, it's Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good start offensively, 15 yards on the game's initial play. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Jackson, option right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle, it's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Outside. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm scared.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, They gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
No, check that, check.
Hey, high 7.
Check. New Mike 52, Mike 52.
We don't want this.
Hey, Mike 52. Watch the curl.
Here's Darnold. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Man, 80. That's a big shot.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Darnold completes it, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
And here we go. Watch the pass. 52's the mark, boys. 52. Crunch that. And 80. Watch it.
Hey, orbit.
Watch the ship.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
At the 8-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking right sideline, that's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check 3.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson looking deep for Gabriel. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Wide, get wide. He's coming, double up. He's coming, double up. Play it. Lady.
A run for Nick Chubb.
It's run.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down, Swift tried to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Jackson now. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Chubb. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And Gold missed it. It's no good. Wide right for Gold, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Get the ball. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch, switch, switch. Check 9, check 9. Kill. Hurry.
Going to give this time to the tailback. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On first down, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Undercrush. Lady. Undercrush. Lady.
To throw is Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Check 26. Check. Here we go.
They run. Chubb. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Garrett. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. Down the numbers. There he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? I wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. This time Jackson will throw it. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
56 to Mutt, boy. 56. Check 56. Watch the slant. Edge. Mutt's 56.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Yup.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Double. Check 43.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Go, son. 58, come on. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Watch the safety creep.
Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Son. 58, Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, people ready? Check.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Gold is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Jackson. And an alley to run. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Check the backer, check the backer. Watch twins, watch twins.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Jackson on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
We're going to sack. Go 58 to Mike. All day, every ready.
A give. This is Chubb. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 48.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, foxtrot.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it. Here's Chubb. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, 49ers. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Bandit. Bandit.
56. Mike 56. Right there. 56.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Jackson looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
58, Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Check.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jalen Hurd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson throwing left side here, and it's complete. The ball comes out, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tap.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Powers through. Johnson, the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go. Here we go. Shit, lady. 25. Check 25.
6-6. Pull it hard.
Check 49. Check 49.
A give running right is Chubb. The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they just...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Makes the score Niners 38.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Now Gold for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Niners 45, Packers nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. He's going to let it fly. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Throwing is Jackson. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A run with Chubb on 1st down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Chubb running right. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Darnold. Got his target, Samuel. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Gold to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coach say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will